If you're just getting into the stock market or you've been thinking about getting into it, you've probably heard the term dividend or monthly dividends, dividend stocks, quarterly dividends. And in my last video, I talked about my own personal monthly dividend strategy. And I got a lot of text messages and comments and emails about what that was. So in this video, we're going to talk about what a dividend is, what's a monthly dividend strategy, and I'm even going to give you some of my own personal dividend stocks that are in my portfolio right now. Let's get to it. Thank you for watching Minding Your Biz with me, Ivory. Now, I am not some stock guru trying to sell you a course. I'm not an investment banker trying to get you to invest your money with me. I'm just a young black man that got tired of making money but blowing it on foolishness and not having anything left over to show for it. So I took the time to learn about stocks and other ways to build wealth. And that's what I want to share with you on my channel. If this is what you're about, do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I drop a video. In this video, we're talking about monthly dividend stocks. I'm going to break down what a dividend is. I'm going to talk about what a dividend strategy is, a monthly dividend strategy is. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some examples of some actual dividend stocks that are in my portfolio right now. So let's get started. What's a dividend? When you purchase shares of a company or you buy stock in a company, then you own a small piece of that company. So if you buy Amazon stock, then you are an owner of Amazon, just like Jeff Bezos. Now, you don't own as much as he owns and you don't have the control that he has, but you are in business with Jeff Bezos. Now, why would he let you purchase stock in his company? It's not because he's some nice white guy. It's because he wants to use your money, not his own, to pay for the cost of running Amazon. Things like building distribution centers or paying employees or buying trucks. He wants to do that with your money, not his own. Now, he's not doing it from the goodness of his heart, and you're not doing it from the goodness of yours. What do you get in return? Well, many companies will pay out a percentage of their profits to their shareholders, and that's called a dividend. Now, a dividend is usually a set amount that gets paid out every year. So, for example, if a company has a $10 dividend, then if you own a share of that company, then you will receive $10 in that year. Now, some companies will pay that $10 out annually. So you will get one lump sum payment of $10 every year. Some companies will pay it semi-annually. Most companies pay it quarterly. That means they will take that $10 divided by 4, and that's what you would receive every 3 months. Some companies will pay it out monthly. They will take that $10 divided by 12, and that's what you would receive each month. That's what's called a monthly dividend stock. Now, I like these types of stocks, and I have many of them in my portfolio because it's easy to match up with my lifestyle. So let's say if I know that it costs me $10,000 a month to live like I want to live. I mean, I want to ball. So it costs me $10,000 a month. Well, to pay for that lifestyle, I can simply buy enough stock in a company that pays that $10 dividend to where my monthly dividends equals $10,000 a month. At that point, I can retire. I don't have to work, right? Because my lifestyle is being covered just by the income that comes from the stocks that I have, right? And the dividends that they pay. That's called a monthly dividend strategy, right? So now we know what a dividend is. We know what a monthly dividend strategy is. Let's talk about some things that you need to know. The first thing you need to know is that dividends are not guaranteed, right? A company has the right to cut their dividend. They may say, hey, we can't afford to pay $10 a year out to each shareholder, right? So that's one of the things that you can use to determine which companies you want to invest in. Most companies that don't cut their dividends, those are typically your stronger companies. You have companies that have been in business for 100 years or more and have never cut their dividend, right? If you see a company cutting their dividends, many times that could be a sign that that company is struggling, right? So those might be companies you want to stay away from. All right. The second thing you need to know about dividends, just because you purchase a dividend on the day that it comes out doesn't mean that you're entitled to that dividend. So what I mean is, let's say the dividend comes out today and you bought the stock today. That doesn't mean you're going to get that dividend, right? You have to give each company enough time to process your stock purchase, right? So the cutoff date for purchasing that stock and receiving the dividend is called your record date. If you want to find out when the record date of each company is and whether or not they pay quarterly, annually, semi-annually, or how often, all you have to do is go on their website and it will tell you. You can also go to websites like Yahoo Finance and other places like that, and it'll tell you when companies pay their dividend and when you have to purchase that stock in order to receive that dividend. Now let's get into some monthly dividend stocks that are in my portfolio right now. One of my favorite types of monthly dividend stocks is called a REIT, a real estate investment trust. Now, all that is a publicly traded company that specializes in buying different types of real estate. And so different REITs buy different types of real estate. Now, the thing I love about REITs is that by law, they have to pay out 90% of their profits to their shareholders. Remember earlier I said companies have the right to cut their dividends? Well, a REIT doesn't have that right? They have to pay out 90% of their profits to their shareholders by law. So one of the REITs that are in my portfolio right now is Digital Realty Trust, and the ticker symbol is DLR. Now what they do is they specialize in buying real estate for the purposes of housing data servers. So you got your big companies like Netflix and Hulu. They have these huge data servers to store your data. Well, they need somewhere to store those data servers, right? They would lease that space from a place like Digital Realty Trust. So the need for their services is way up right now. So even though the economy is down because everybody's doing all this streaming, the need for Digital Realty Trust is way up. So that stock is doing well even though the economy is bad, right? Now, another stock I have in my portfolio was doing really well for me before the recession. It's down right now, but I'm going to hold on to it because I believe their business model is going to work way after the recession, right? And that company is Medical Properties Trust. What they do is they buy medical properties. Now, you ever see those big office parks that have a bunch of dentist offices and doctor's offices and chiropractors all in the same office park, right? A lot of times they're owned by companies like MPW, Medical Properties Trust. So I believe, even though we're in a recession right now and that stock is down, that there's always going to be a need for doctor's offices and dentist offices and medical properties, right? Now, those are two stocks that are in my portfolio that have done well for me. If you have some stocks that have done well for you and you want to share them with the community, because that's what it's all about, each one teach one, put them in the comments right now, send me an email, send me a DM so that we can share it with the people, right? Now, if you like what you heard today, do me a favor, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time we drop a video. For now, I just want to say thank you for watching Minding Your Biz with me, Ivory, and I'm out. Peace.